He's Snes Man. Snes Man. Snes Man is the champion, he is 16-bit. Snes Man is the champion, he is 16-bit.
Get out of bed, you lazy bum. You need to get up for this kind of game. Let's go, Chrono. Chrono Trigger's an undeniably incredible RPG. Chrono's an ordinary kid, other than his ridiculous red hair. One day, Chrono's nerdy friend Luca invents a teleportation machine. Very interesting. But then, something goes wrong. And a young girl gets zapped into a time portal, for somewhat unexplained reasons. So, Chrono's off on an adventure to save her. Soon though, the quest becomes much bigger and you have to travel through time to save the world. But the great part isn't just the storyline, it's the battle system. The battles are great and you have a lot of options to use, such as combos shared by characters, special moves, and spells. Go, go, row, row. What's awesome about the enemies is that there are no random encounters. You can avoid a good amount of them, which is really nice because then you don't have constant enemies. You still have to fight a lot of them though. The graphics are just excellent and beautiful for the Super Nintendo. Then there's the stunning music by several artists including Nobuo Uematsu, who composed the music for most of the Final Fantasy games. Except you, 12. Who's even heard of Hitoshi Sakimoto? Well heck, who's heard of Snes Man either though? The boss battles in this game are incredible to say the least. Especially when you get other characters and you can use their abilities too. For every boss you have to use different strategies and attack different parts of the boss, such as attacking the arms first. It also is based on elements. For instance, if you use fire at a certain moment or water at a certain moment, it'll do certain amounts of damage. It helps mix up the boss battles a little bit. What's great about this game though is it doesn't grow stale as you get on and it doesn't start stale. It's pretty great through the whole thing. The time periods play a really cool role in the story too, like the desolate future, the lizards and cavemen of the past, so historically inaccurate, and several variations of the present. All of them have different people you can meet to join your party and different bosses and enemies, making some interesting variations. One of the funniest scenes is where you're declared guilty for kidnapping the girl that you previously rescued. You want unjust, you get sentenced for execution and have to escape from the jail. Then they block your path with this dragon tank boss. So on this matter, I'd have to agree with Chrono and I would break the law and escape. Scenes like this really make Chrono Trigger interesting, because the events you do previously affect later on. Even escaping can go differently. If you stay in the jail cell too long, you get rescued by Luca. Now let's talk about the diverse characters. First there's Chrono with his sword and lightning abilities, and weird red spiky hair. Then there's, I think, Marley, whose name always confuses me. She uses water, and her healing abilities are good. Then the inventor Luca with fire spells, who's a kind of interesting character in my opinion. Then there's Frog, who's, yes, a frog. Yes, he has a backstory, but we'll leave it here. Next is Robo, who's a robot that you find in the future. He has lasers and a strong attack. Ayla is the leader of her village of cavemen. Then we have Magus, who is a weird character because he's an enemy, but then can join your team under special circumstances. Everything you do can create a different ending for a lot of replay value in this game.
Things to make it better.
Tone down the magic slightly, Chrono. You're a little strong there. This was no glaring flaw, but it made attacking a little less useful. Tweak the time periods a little bit, because as fun as I found the past and the present, the future had some really tedious factories that used the conveyor belts. Some people like these scenes, but I wasn't a fan. The game is so awesome that there are a few things that can make it better. It ends with a great score. As an unbelievable RPG, Chrono Trigger gets a 10 out of 10. One of the best and most innovational games for Super Nintendo.
Even I, the mighty Snes Man, learned a great deal from Mr. Chrono. I just hope I never have to use my swordplay I learned from him. Spin cut!
Those are some great special effects.